Hello everyone, Dragon Souls here, and this is my story. My story of the life of my school that I went to. Okay, now Uh, I will not reveal the school I went to. Okay, the name I went to school, the name I went, the name of the school I went to. I won't reveal it. Okay. It will be anonymous, but I will say, uh, I will talk about how bad it was there and so on, okay? Alright, so here's the whole thing in a nutshell, okay? They treated me so bad there that when me and my brother was going to school there, when we was teenagers, uh, my mom transferred me and my brother from there to to Oak Grove School, and thinking it was a good school, And then all of a sudden, what happens? Um, they treated me, and me and it was okay with my brother, but they treated me like garbage. They treated me like trash, and then all of a sudden I got sick one day, and all of a sudden my brother, yes, at the time I was sleeping with my brother. Me and my brother had a bed in one room that we slept in. At the time we could, that's all we could afford. And people kept saying, "Oh, y'all's gay" and stuff like that, and we really wasn't doing nothing like that. I mean, that's how we was raised. We had to sleep together. As one bed because we couldn't afford two beds in two different beds in the same room. So that's how we did it. And I got sick. I had the flu, and my brother always slept outside the bed, and I always slept next to the wall. And my mom was trying to tell my brother to let me sleep outside of the bed so that way he could sleep back there. So if I need to get sick, I can. And he said no, he wouldn't let me do it. So therefore, I got sick all over him. And when I got sick all over him, I wound up swallowing some of it, and when I did, it made me so sick. I ran a high fever, and I couldn't shake it off or anything. Went to my family doctor, and he put me in the hospital because of it, and I stayed in the hospital for a week over it. And when I finally got out of the hospital over it, I went back to school, back to Oak Grove School, and they went off and instead of welcoming me in open arms, saying welcome back, Dragon Souls, welcome me back to school. What did I get? The silent treatment. Nobody nobody was happy to see me. Nobody said welcome back or anything. It was just the same old day, like a normal day, like I've always been there. And so they was always treating me like trash, garbage. They always treated me like shit, and and then they took my brother and he basically had him graduated, but he didn't normally graduate. He graduated to a different school, and that's stupid. And into another school, and it was kind of stupid there. And so I was in there by myself because that's how they wanted it, so they could treat me like garbage more, treat me like shit more. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, um, they did all kinds of stuff, like special ed shit, done this and done that, and which I would never go back and do it again. Did it once, didn't like it, did go back, and I told my mom about everything that they done and what their treatment and stuff, and she said, "Well, we're going to take you and your brother back to your old school. We're going to transfer you back to your old school again." I said, "Okay." And see, that way you won't be treated like that. I said, "Okay." So she transferred me and my brother back to my old school that still had not, and the name is going to be anonymous. And all of a sudden, they treated, and it was just worse. Oh my God, it was just worse. They treated me and my brother like shit. They nearly blinded my brother. They had him in a different class and had him to do doing welding. And you always had to have goggles when you're doing welding and stuff like that, to keep it from getting you blind. Well, they told my brother you don't have to have goggles to do welding, and therefore, when he did it, it hit him it hit him in both eyes, nearly blinded him, and he had to put little things on his eyes to keep him from getting blind and everything. And my mom nearly sued the school over that, which I didn't blame her for it, and she did. And then all of a sudden, my brother Junior, he got well, and he got to take him off, which you can see now, throughout the years, and he wanted to quit, and my mom took him out of school. My mom just took him out of school, which was a big mistake. She took him out of school. He never went back to school. Everybody was begging him to go back to school. Even I was begging him to go back to school. My mom and dad was trying to beg him to go back to school. He would not go back to school. He would not. After they mistreated him like they did me and him, he got tired of it. He said, "Fuck it, I'm not going back to school. You kiss it. I'm not going to be mistreated like this." So I stayed, and I came this close to quitting myself. And Mom said, "No, Dragon Souls, you're not quitting. I want you to be like your Uncle Donnie. He graduated when he was in school. He was the only kid in the family that graduated from school, and I want you to be the only kid." Since my sister quit my sister quit school. Your sister's quit school. Your brother's now quit school. You're the only one that's going to school. I want you to stay in school and graduate. And she said, "I know they're treating you like shit. They're treating you like garbage and all that, and real bad. And I know it's real bad in there right now, but stay in there. You could do it, and put up with their shit, and at least until you turn 18." And she said, "We'll go," and then you go from there. I said, "Fine, I will do it, And then here's the thing. I went to school. My mom took me to the bus stop, and all those times I was going to the bus stop, and then all of a sudden, what happens? I was always going to school, and they always let me move the camera so I can show y'all what they did. Uh, ah, right here, right here. They always, every time I sit next to a kid on the bus, they always kept popping me in the fucking balls. Always popping me in the balls. I always had to keep going like this here every time I went to school and came back home because they always did that. They always did that. And then, if it wasn't that bad, when coming back home, the jackasses in front of me would go underneath the seat, go to my shoes, untie both my shoes, and tie them in a knot like this here, and then I wouldn't know anything about it until I went and found out if I was trying to walk. I fell flat on my face in the bus. Everybody laughed about it. Got up, went to a bus bus driver, and told him about it. He said, "I can't do nothing about it. You have to talk to the principal." I said, "Fine." And then all of a sudden, and I came close to him saying, "If I get killed, this is on your ass." So all of a sudden, I try to get down out of the bus. I had to jump out. I had to keep jumping like a rabbit to get out of the bus because it was tied to a knot. Got out of the bus, and I got it. And the next day, I told my mom about it, and I said, I cried to her, and I said, "You gotta take me to school." I said, and she did. And the first day she did. And I told her I was going to talk to the principal about it. Well, no, actually, no, I take that back. I rode in, got in the bus and rode them back to school next day. And then I sit there and I talked to the principal about it. He wouldn't do nothing about it either. He said, "Well, you need to talk to the bus driver." I said, "Well, I did talk to the bus driver, but he ain't going to do nothing about it." He said, "Well, there's nothing I can do about it either, but here's what we can do. From now on, you're going to have your mom or somebody to take you to bring you to school and come and get you around 2 o'clock in the afternoon." I said, "Fine." I said, "I'll do that. I don't care. But I need this done because if I don't, I'm going to want to get killed and y'all's going to get sued for this." And he said, "Okay, no problem." And he said, "No problem." So he was nice about it, And then all of a sudden, this is the part where my leg was still good. There was nothing wrong. All of a sudden, I'm going to show you. I'm going to lift my leg up. This leg right here. That's when this leg here was just fine. It was still good. There was nothing wrong with it at the time. Until this certain day came. Have you ever heard of the standing long jump? Yeah. The standing long jump. They have you to run, and when you get to that white line, you had to jump over it to do this here. Well, they had me to do it, and it wasn't perfect until that leg almost broke in half. Went this act like it went this way on me, went back on me, all the way backwards on me, nearly broke in half, and then I cussed my ass off. I really cussed and really loud, and they heard everything I said. They carried me to my back to the classroom, and went to my family doctor, and he told me everything that I used to do, like standing long jumps. He asked me what caused this. I told him, I said, staying long jumps, don't do it no more. You're gonna break your leg, and you won't be able to walk on it no more. You'll be having to be in the wheelchair for the rest of your life. So okay, I told him, I said, and what I did when I was not in school is I used to do flips, uh, uh, flips, and like the turtles you see on the turtles movies and stuff like that. I used to do that. And he said, not anymore. Don't do it no more. And I said, okay. And let's see, yeah, and that's when and he put my leg in a casket. It looks like a leg brace, whatever you want to call them things. He put my leg in that. He gave me crutches, and he said, you won't be able to walk on it for a week, okay? He said, stay off that leg. I told him, no problem. I'll stay off of it. Then all of a sudden, a week later, my leg fully healed and everything, but he told me there's a bone in my leg now that he told me I cannot do standing long jumps anymore. I can't do flips, front flips, or anything like that I used to do, somersaults or anything like that. I always exercise when to keep me from gaining weight and everything. He said I can't do that no more. That's why I'm fat right now, because of it. And he said eventually if you keep doing it, that bone in your leg is going to wind up keep popping out, which it has been doing all those years. And it hurts like a son of a bitch when it comes out. When it pops out, It pops out and then pops back in, and that son of a bitch really fucking hurts. And then all of a sudden, and he told me eventually it'll wind up breaking, and then I have to wind up being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, And that's back when, in them days, they didn't. You don't have to. And that's back in those days, you couldn't cut, and they couldn't do surgery on your leg, cut your leg off, and give you an ordinary professional leg or something like that. Like they do nowadays. Back in them days, they didn't have anything like that. They didn't have any technology to do that stuff. And so I said, okay. And finally my leg was fully healed. I went back to school, and I thought they would welcome me back in open arms, Well, they did not do what Oak Grove did. They did way much worse. The teachers, get this, the teachers treated me way worse than that. They jumped my ass. They chewed me out. They jumped me, chewed me out. They went off on me because I cussed and everything else, and they chewed me out big time. They chewed me out. They just went off on me and said this, and just put me in the corner. Basically, put me in a corner, and all that shit, and just treat me like trash and everything, garbage and all that shit, and then it was time for PE, and I used to do and everything I did out of school, they had me to do in school and in the gym. And that one thing where you go out here and you go like that, like you see on Turtles 2, where Michelangelo goes, ah, woohoo, does this here, and he does a flip in the air. That's the way they had me to do in the gym and in PE. And I told him, I said, I can't do that no more because my leg is bad, and I can't. It won't, my leg will not allow me to do it no more. He was nice about it. He said, okay, no problem. Just sit back and sit to the side, and you just watch us do it. No problem. And okay, and it came to the time to where he was start being an asshole about it, and said, well, you don't want to do it. You do this, that. Then he started being a jackass to me, being an asshole to me. Treat me like shit, like everybody else does. Because I couldn't do what everything that they was doing. And then all of a sudden, the teachers was doing it too, was sitting there treating me like shit some more. They was trying to do something out in the field, so they can go out to different kind of towns and shit like that, And I told them they wanted me to do they wanted me to do all that stuff that I had been doing before my leg went bad, And I told them, I said, look, I can't do that. I told you because my leg is bad. She said, I'll find it. Don't do it. He just don't want to do nothing. He just too sick of shit. And just treat me real bad. Didn't give a fuck about me. And I told mom, I said, Mom, I'm tired of being treated like this. If it was either my mom that's taking me home every day, or my grandpa who passed away years ago, that it was real nice. He always gave me money on Fridays, so I can get me sodas or something to snack on. He's always good. He's always a good grandpa to me, and he's seen how bad they was treating me down there. Even my mom was seeing it, They said, put up with it until you can graduate, So I did, and then all of a sudden, they said, and here's what broke the camel's back, okay? They said, well, Dragon Souls, guess what? You're 17 and your folks are sort of see. They said, you're 17 now. Next year you're going to be 18. And it's going to be time for you to get for you to graduate. But guess what? You're not going to graduate, son. I said, guess what we're going to do to you? I said, what? I said, what are you talking about? They said, we're going to hold you back. They said, we're going to treat you like shit some more and keep treating you this way. We're going to do you some major damage to you. And I said, what are you talking about? And they said, we can hold you back until you're 21, son. This is going to be so good. And I was like, huh? I didn't know what they're talking about, And then I talked to my friends. They said, yeah, they're planning on holding you back until you're 21, and then they're claiming there's nothing you can do about it. And they're going to talk to and they said the only way they can do it, they're going to talk to your mom about it. I said, I'd be damned if shit they're going to treat me like this. I said, they can go fucking fly and kite. I said, I'm not putting up with this shit. I'll talk to my mom about it, So I talked to my mom. I told my mom about what's going on, and she said, well, let me come to your school, and I'll have a talk with them, And she said, she had talked with them about it, and she said, well, tell you what, she's like, let's get your son here. And so they got me and my mom and my teacher in one room where nobody can hear us. And she told them exactly what she told me. And I told Mom, and when I was at home, I said, if I don't graduate when I'm 18, I'm fucking walking out and I quit. I'm not putting up with no more shit. I'm tired of it. I'm getting to where I can't trust nobody no more, and I don't want to do it no more. I'm tired of being treated like garbage. She said, no problem, son. So she said, "Well, you're old." She said, "Well, when you're 18, you're old enough to make your own decisions, and we'll go from there." I said, "Okay." So we went and they told me they told my mom exactly what they told me. And my mom sat there and said, "Well, my son is old enough to make his own decisions now. He's fit to turn 18, so he's old enough to make his own decisions and this and that." The teacher did not like that at all. She had her eye, and she had a mad look on her face too when my mom told her that. And she said, "Okay, Dragon Souls, what would you like to do? Would you like to stay when you're 21? Because we can force you to if you want us to." And I said, "No. I want to graduate when I'm 18 years old, or else I'm gone, because I know how bad you old idiots are treating me, and I ain't putting up with it no more." She said, "Okay." And then all of a sudden, throughout the whole time, they treated me worse. They treated me way worse than they have been, and always chewing me out for something I didn't do. Everything, and time came to where and they said, "Well, guess what, Dragon Souls?" I said, "What's that?" She said, "Tomorrow you get to graduate." I said, "Yes, thank goodness." I was so happy. She said, "What are you so happy for? It's not a normal graduation." I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I heard when you graduate with all the kids, and you make a speech that you want to say about the school, about your friends, and about everything, And then you get your diploma, and then you get to sit down, and then you just take your hat and just throw it and go woohoo, celebrate with your friends, right?" And they said, "Right, you get to do all that, but guess what? We're not going to allow you to do that, son." They said, They said, they thought you could get away with this. We're treating you like shit now and all that garbage, and you think you can sit here and do all that now? I don't think so, son." They said, you're gonna have your graduation is gonna be in this classroom in front of all your classmates and us, and your principal is gonna be right here in front of you, with you in the classroom with you, and your mom and dad is gonna be here with you. I said, "Fine, if it takes to get you off my ass." So all of a sudden the day came, and my mom and dad got there, and they said, "Well, Dragon Souls, are you ready?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready to graduate." So the time came. We did all. They didn't play no music or anything. We did all that. He read the diploma. My principal came in there. We stand next to each other, and we took pictures. They took pictures of us. They took pictures of him reading it to me. He opened it up and read it to me. And I shook his hand. I shook his hand real good. And I gave him a hug, and I thanked him for being a good principal to me, because all throughout the years, even though he didn't do shit I told him, I said, even though you didn't do a damn thing about the buses and everything, the bus problem and everything, but you did do everything else right, and you was good to me throughout this whole time, and I thank you. You're a good person. You're a good man. He said, "Well, thank you. I appreciate that." And then all of a sudden, the teacher said, "Oh, what about me? Did I treat you good? And this, that, and all kinds of stuff." I said, "Get the fuck away from me, you dumb bitch." I said, you assholes treated me like shit. You treated me like garbage. Get the fuck out of here. I can say whatever I want now. I'm graduated. You can't do a damn thing to me. Get the fuck out of my face, you know? And then all of a sudden, my classmates came to me and they said, hey, so are you gonna come to visit us? Like, I ain't coming back to this school again. Forget that. I said, but I will. I said, but if I see you in town, I will say hi to y'all because y'all are good friends to me. You know, y'all never treated me like crap or anything. I said, y'all are good friends to me. You always have been. Y'all always will be my best friends. You know, y'all treated me with like a human being and everything. Y'all treated me like great. You know, so no problems there. Y'all no worries. You know. And so okay. And all of a sudden, I bawled my eyes out. Bawled my eyes out with tears, you know, crying because I was so happy, you know. And then all of a sudden they said, look, Dragon Souls is crying. He's sad. And all of a sudden the principal started laughing. He said, no, he's not sad. Those are happy tears. He's happy to get out of this damn place. And I said, you damn right, son. And I said, get rickety rack, son. I said, damn right I'm glad to get out of here. I said, fuck this. Adios, motherfucker, since I'm getting out of this damn place, since I ain't coming back here. And all of a sudden, my classmates started laughing their asses off, and the principal laughed, and them teachers looked at me like, you son of a bitch. I can't believe you just just said that to us. Get the fuck out of here. And they had that mean look on their faces and everything. Me and my mom, my dad, we all walked out of the buildings, you know, and we came this close to flipping them off, and we all sat there, and I sat there and said, before I shut the door, I said, may the force be with you, motherfuckers, and I walked right out of the damn door, and that was it, you know. And this is my whole story about my life of being in school and throughout the years, how bad they treated me until I graduated from school, and all that. And all I gotta say to everyone is, for those who are still now, back then they treated you like shit, but nowadays they got better teachers in there that treat you better than that. Y'all are being better treated. Y'all are probably being better treated, being treated right and everything. They probably got better teachers in there now than they did have back in the 90s when I was going to school. That's how bad they treated me, and I hope the schools that y'all's going to, the teachers that y'all got, everybody in that school is treating y'all better than they did me. That's why I can't that's the reason why y'all wondering why I don't trust nobody, even on the internet, especially on in my stream chat, and that's the reason why I can't trust no one. You're wondering why? This is why I can't trust anybody. Okay, that's the reason why I couldn't trust my landlord. You know, that's the reason why I couldn't even trust my landlord, because of the school. The way I've been mistreated at school. This is why, y'all, if y'all want to know why, that's why, okay? Thank y'all for watching. I know it was a long video, but hey, it was. I hope this was for y'all want to know my life, about my full life story of my school, of what happened, you know. I hope y'all liked it. If y'all liked it, please hit that like button. It goes to Twitter and Facebook, and also if you're new to my channel, you want to hear some more great stories, you know, or horrible stories, bad stories like this here about my life and everything. Hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when I do go live on YouTube or upload videos to my YouTube channel, especially do videos like this here, okay? And also, go to the other videos that has got the description below my video. There's the link to my Super Dragon Souls is in the description below the other videos. click on it's got my live streams on them. Click on them to takes you right straight to my new channel, Super Dragon Souls, where I will be uploading videos, gameplays of Super Nintendo gameplay. To them is gonna have me, my brother, and my good friend Stephen Lewis, and mostly me playing games by myself on them. But so be sure to watch them. It's gonna start next the 4th of next month, and all in July. Okay. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, everyone. This is Dragon Soul signing out.